Hi there, welcome back to another quick and easy watercolor painting. Today we're going to be doing something with some pine trees sort of off in the distance. Okay, so I'm wetting the top two-thirds of the page, and I got a slope going from the left down to the right. And I'm going to take my wet brush and I'm going to put it into my blue paint, and I'm just going to make a swipe across the page like that. Now I'm not going to rinse this brush off. I'm going to pick up some Payne's Gray, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a swipe across the page like that. Now what we're looking for here is all of these colors to start mixing together, okay? So without rinsing this brush off again, I'm going to pick up some more Payne's Gray, and I'm going to use the brush on, so this is a 3/4 inch flat brush. I'm going to put it onto the page like this and hope that some of this turns into some peaks that are going to resemble pine trees, okay? And so we're going to do that, and then we're just going to let this sit for a second. We're going to take this brush, we're going to put it right into the Payne's Gray, and then we're going to come back here. You can see there's more pigment on there. We're going to come back here, and we're going to touch this. Again, we're just trying to get some peaks that are going to look a little bit like pine trees. And you can make them, this is your painting, so you can make it as high, as high or as low as you want. But you can see that first color that we put in there is going to look like pine trees way off in the background, okay? That's what we're going for here. I'm going to vary the height of some of them here. Okay, so we are going to put some yellow ochre on our brush, so we need to clean this off. So just give it a really good swish around there. We're going to pick up a little bit of yellow ochre here, and we're just going to touch this in a few places, okay? Not 30. We're going to touch it in a few places, okay? And we're just going to let that all run together. I'm going to put a little bit more of this color along the bottom here, because typically when trees grow, there's some undergrowth, and that's what it is I'm really kind of looking for here. I'm going to take my yellow ochre now, and I'm just going to make a swoosh going from one side to the other, and maybe a little bit more coming down here. Again, I'm not going to rinse this brush off, because remember what it is, I'm looking for a loose painting style. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into my sienna here, and I'm just going to one stroke across the bottom like that, okay? You see how that all blended together kind of nicely there? And then a stroke across here. Remember, my whole thing is I'm trying to touch the page less. Okay, that's kind of cool how that's going on there. Again, I'm not going to rinse this off. I'm going to touch it into my green. And that's it. I'm just going to leave a couple of spots like that. Okay. This is my #1 round watercolor brush. And you can see I've sharpened one end of it with an X-Acto knife. So I'm going to put some indications of some trees in here, and I'm just going to put in a few, not a whole bunch. And then down here, again, I'm going to do the same thing. Maybe put some brush across here in a few places. Okay, now I'm going to take this brush again, and I'm going to pick up my Payne's Gray. And just like that, we're just going to walk away from this now, okay? You see how that started to turn into, that's a pretty cool sky right there. All right, let's just walk away. Okay, that sky turned out pretty cool there, and those trees along there are all right too. I'm going to put like a green, meadow or pasture or something along there. I'm going to put a little bit more green paint in there, sort of intensify it a little. That's all right. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now I'm gonna take this brush. I'm not gonna rinse it out or anything. I'm gonna pick up some of this yellow ochre. Just drop it in here in a few places, like that. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's take our salt. Just gonna drop a little bit of salt across there. Nice. Okay, I'm not too happy with what's happened across there, so I'm just gonna put this green right across the top and see what happens to it. And then I'm gonna rinse this out. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this, which is sienna, and I'm just gonna leave that across there like that. See, now what I've done is I've created a line that's closer to the viewer. All right, let's let this dry and see what we get. Okay, so I left that for quite a while, and you can see, there's very, very interesting things that have happened here. Look at the sky. That's pretty cool, the way that sky turned out. Let's have a look here. So, you can see, do I need more foreground, more sky? I think the way the sky turned out in this one, I would probably mat it like that. All right, thanks for watching today. If you're currently a subscriber, I thank you very much. And if you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know where you're from. Please drop me a comment and let me know where you're from. I'd really appreciate it. And let me know what you think of this painting. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again next time. I think one other thing that we could do to this is maybe add a little bit more with some pen lines, add some some brush in the foreground, or even maybe like a couple of little scrubby kind of trees. Black pen with watercolor works really, really well. All right, let's see what happens when we do that. Put that on there like that. Yeah, it really brings the foreground a little bit closer to the viewer, that's for sure. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Have an awesome day.